6 things you will be shocked to find out about NBC's The Voice. Let's go. Hello, and welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. I am your host, Stephanie. I am on solo duty today because life be lifing. And so James is a bit busy this week and I had some free time. We needed new content, so here we are. And I have a really, really interesting topic for us today. We are going to, I'm so used to being a we. I miss you, James. I am going to share with you 6 things that you might be shocked to know or find out about NBC's The Voice. This particular episode is going to be based around what happens before the blinds. You might be shocked to find out some of the things that I'm going to share with you about what happens before contestants and artists even get to do the blind auditions. What I want to share first is all of my information comes from either conversations that we have been privileged enough to have with artists that are on the record. Nothing that I'm sharing is anything that has not been shared in one way or another publicly. Also, I'm getting information based on things that artists have shared on their social media. So again, nothing that I'm going to share is things that are not already public. And if I'm making a point that is just my interpretation or my opinion, I will be sure to let you know that. So, number 1, your first audition probably doesn't mean you're going to get on The Voice. We have heard from several artists that they have auditioned for years before they've gotten the opportunity to get on the blind auditions. It is very, very rare that I've heard of an artist going through this process for the first time and making it through. So be prepared, those of you that are new to trying to try out for The Voice, that this might not be a one and done. You might have to try for years in order to get on this show. So if you really want to get on this show, you got to be dedicated to the process and understand that it might not just be a one and done. You might have to keep coming back and coming back and coming back. And then if it's meant for you, it'll be for you. Number 2, just because you get past that first audition, that does not mean that you're going to get on the show. According to some of the artists that I've either spoken to or have given their own comments on their own social medias, you have to do about 2 or 3 rounds of meetings before you have the opportunity to get through to go to LA and audition for the blinds. It is a long, long process, a very grueling process. I have to imagine, I have not been through this process myself, but it has to be really mentally challenging to go through interview after interview after interview. And at the end of that, it still might be a no. So again, any artists that are willing and wanting to be on The Voice, you really have to understand and mentally prepare for the fact that you might be spending a lot of time interviewing, singing, putting your best foot forward. And for that season, it just might be a no. But as I said, there are a lot of artists that have continued to come back and try, and they've made it. So if this is really a goal for you, keep going. Even if you get a no, keep going, because you never know, the next season might be your season. Number 3, third thing that might be really shocking to hear is that when you get that yes, yay, you got a yes, right? The producers have called, they said, yes, we want you to be a part of season whatever of NBC's The Voice. Get your pen ready and get your writing hand ready because you have a lot of paperwork to do. So I don't know all the specifics about the paperwork. Here is what I do know. What I know is that there are a lot of legalities when it comes to being on a TV show. There are certain things that they might not want you to share or spoil on your social medias or any of the platforms that you might have. So you probably have to have something in writing saying what you are and are not allowed to share about the actual show and production. I also believe that contestants are not allowed to release their own independent music during the process of recording The Voice, or at least up until you might get kicked off. I think once you get kicked off at a certain, especially for the pre-tape stuff, then you are allowed to release your own music. But I believe prior to that, you are not. Artists, contestants that have been on The Voice, if any of what I'm saying is not true, please leave it in the comments, because I don't want to lead people wrong. But that is my understanding, that you are not allowed to release your own music until you are released from the show, unfortunately. And I also believe that contestants and artists are paid. So I believe that there is some paperwork having to do with how much you are being paid to be a part of the show. Number 4, song choice, song choice, song choice. So what we have heard about song choice, as far as what song the artist is able to sing for the blinds, is that you get a list of about 10 songs that is then ranked by you. Now, what I have to assume about this list of songs is that it's not just random songs, in that if you are a country artist, they are not giving you a list of R&B songs. If you are a male R&B singer, they're not going to give you a whole set of songs that you might hear at Lilith Fair. Shout out to you if you know if Lilith Fair, what Lilith Fair is. They're not going to give you a list of songs way outside of the genre that you're most comfortable with, but they will give you a list of songs that you then have to rank. And we've also been told that you can add a couple of the songs that you are most comfortable with as well onto the list. From that list, the producers will then pick the song that you will sing at blinds. So, do you have some say? I would say that you have an awareness. You know that you know what the songs are that are on the list that you were given. You know how you rank those songs. So from that list, what we understand is that from that list, artists are given a song to pick. So it's not a complete surprise. It's not, a song completely out of left field. It just, however, might not be the artist's first pick, and it is not the sole pick of the artist. So that's good to know going into The Voice process. Number 5, you gonna be singing that blind song for a long, long time. And this is what I mean. There is a span of about 2 to 3 months from where you are contacted that you will be a part of the show, and you are given your song to sing, to when you actually do your blinds. Again, that's a timing of about 2 months. So in that span of time, you've been contacted by The Voice that you are going to be a part of blind auditions. You will be going to LA to start that process. And once you get to LA, it is weeks before you do your blind audition. There's B-roll being shot, there's wardrobe things, there's planning and rehearsing with the band and with vocal coaches. There's a lot of time where you're going to be practicing that blinds song, your audition song. That can be a great thing. That can be a bad thing. It's all in what the artist chooses to do with that time, and how many times they want to change their arrangement of that song, how they tackle the song, and also how they are being influenced by band and vocal coaches to present the song. So that's a lot of time with one song. And again, could be a great thing, could be not so great of a thing. It's all in the way that the artist decides to approach that time. But it is important to know how long you will be sitting with this one song. Number 6. This is the thing that we all know, but I don't think this is the thing that is in front of mind. NBC's The Voice is a singing competition. It is a reality show first. We see that even in the fact that the contestants are not allowed to pick what song they sing in the auditions. As I mentioned prior, they are aware of all of the songs that might be chosen. However, it is not their sole choice to pick what song they are going to be singing. This is a produced show. So as they pick artists to be a part of the show, they also pick songs that they think will make the best show. And it is up to the artists to not only show themselves vocally, but present themselves personality wise in the best way to compel the producers to keep them on the show. Now, I'm not saying, I am not, I am not saying that producers have a lot of influence as far as who the coaches turn for. What I am saying is that it does not hurt to put your best voice and your best self forward in order to present yourself the best, not only to America, but to producers and all of the staff working on the show. It can't hurt. This is a reality show. There is casting involved. We've heard and confirmed that some people are placed into a role that they are asked to play as far as the song choices that they are given. And without being told that, we've seen that. We've seen people kind of be placed in a niche. We've seen people that are definitely in a niche. Like most of the country artists we see, they are country artists. Like there's no way they can be anything else. We've seen other artists that we know could sing other things, but they are constantly singing songs that are in a certain genre box. So this is a reality show. It is really important for artists to understand that they might not be able to shape their own narrative on this show. So it is important that they shape the narrative that they want on their social medias. They might not be able to release the music that they want at the timing of the production and the release of each episode of the show. But once their contract is over, they can use what they've done on the show to propel their career if they choose to. And if they want a career in music, that's when it's up to artists to use what they've done on the show to propel them using their own social media and their social media following that they have hopefully gained from the exposure on the show to propel their career in whatever shape, in whatever lane, in whatever genre, whatever form they want to outside of the show. We always say that NBC's The Voice is a platform to spring from and propel your career, your music career, your artistry in whatever way you choose to with your social media and whatever other marketing tools you may have. Friends, we have just scratched the surface. I have so much more information that I want to share with you about what we've learned, what we've been told, things that might shock you about NBC's The Voice. But I do want to say that even with the things that we've shared today, and even with the things that I might share later on, let's not lose the enjoyment of this show. What is true and will always remain true is this show brings so much incredible talent from every walk of life. It's so awesome to watch these artists and to hear new, fresh voices. And it's going to be really exciting for this upcoming season 26, where we have Reba coming back, we have Gwen Stefani coming back, and we have Michael Bublé and Mr. Olympics himself, Snoop Dogg, as our coaches for this season. I am so excited. James and I cannot wait. And we are looking forward to the new artist and the fresh perspective from our fresh new coaches. We can't wait for season 26. And we hope that you will join us here at the Pitchy Podcast at the end of September when the new season starts, as we provide our insight, our commentary, our feedback on the artists and the coaches for season 26. So as always, don't forget to follow us here and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you can be the first to know when we drop a new episode. Also, check us out here on YouTube. Search for The Pitchy Podcast and hit that subscribe button so you know when we drop a new video. And last, do not forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Pitchy Podcast for new episode alerts, episode clips, and so much more. Guys, thanks for hanging with me today. Can't wait to share more really shocking, really cool facts about NBC's The Voice. And James and I can't wait to share more content with you. And we especially can't wait to begin giving our feedback for season 26 of NBC's The Voice. Bye-bye.